What do you say the room has more money than the rest of your home? To be honest, it's probably no. I'm actually going to say no. A lot of the gear is actually at my house. This is pretty much, I've got a lot of the boxes here. Pretty much, there are some are products. I've actually got products in there. Some are empty, some are just for looks. But a lot of the gear that I've actually got at home is probably outweighs here a hell of a lot as well. So, but I actually do miss doing talking tech and doing all my videos from the studio. It's a bit of a break as well. Particularly, I can pretty much mainly do my videos late at night because I've got to wait for the kids to go to bed. But here, the reason why I wanted to start the show a little bit earlier tonight. One thing too, I've got to be back here at the office. I actually worked late here at the office today. And by the time I got home, tried to set all this up, I thought, you know what? I'm going to stream off my laptop. I've got the products here already. For God knows one reason, I don't know why, I had my Logitech Brio camera here. So it actually gave me the opportunity to actually stream here. So I hope you guys sort of enjoy it at the same time. But yeah, thank you very much for joining in for tonight as what we've got here as well. But what I want to do is I actually want to start unboxing these motherboards because I actually want to see what's in here. I don't have a top-end camera, so you guys will be seeing what's in front of me at the moment. But let's have a look here and see what MSI is all about. And I do miss this table so much. Oh, so good having a sit-stand desk. Nice mouse mat. I'm getting more red, Mark. But I'm probably getting black. I know you guys want a grey, but I actually want the black ones. So whatever grey ones I've got, if you guys, some of the stuff have already requested them. So they'll be taking the grey ones, and then you guys will be getting the new black ones in stock here. Hopefully, I've actually spoken to the supplier this week. So, and it's not Magnus, it's actually someone else. I'll be looking at maybe, I think 25 or 30 days. I might be getting in about, how many of those, 50 or 70 mouse mats coming in. So hopefully it should come soon. Do you sell them used? You're talking about these ones? No. So this is going to go into my new test bench. But talking about that, there will be a few things coming up very, very soon into the Discord. So do stay tuned. It will only be for the valued members as well. I'm maybe looking at opening up maybe an internal store for the PC419 and just for my community only. From some of the products I've got here, if I get review samples that I'm not going to be using. But do stay tuned to the Discord on that, and it will only be in the Discord and only be on the PC419 website. So do stay tuned for that, so you guys might get a bit of insight on what products you might be able to actually get from the from myself anyway. After I've reviewed them. All right, so let's have a look at this. So it's the MAG Coreliquid 360R. So it's a 360mm rad from MSI. Box can be dinged up from postage, but I can't do much about that. And let's have a look here. There you go. So comes with a quick installation guide. It comes with 3 120mm fans, which I'm sure they are going to be ARGB, which they are. You guys can see here. So it comes with 3 fans, and yes, they are fan controls and ARGB. I'm hopefully, which I don't know yet, that these fans will actually plug directly either into the rad, if there's a daughter board on here, or into the actual cooler or the pump, but I don't think it does actually. And in the box also, it does come with its own thermal paste. It's got the mounting screws for AMD and Intel. And it's got, no, it looks like it goes directly to the board. So, and it's got actually a splitter here for the fans to be plugged in directly to the board as well, which is good. Which I don't actually, I'm just saying that at the moment. I don't know yet. See in a second. Let's pull this cooler out. Let's have a look at this cooler and see what it's like. That's pretty much what you get in the box. How old is MSI company now? Those guys are killing it. MSI has been around since 1988, I think it is. Or actually, no, maybe even later. But unfortunately, the CEO of Vice CEO actually passed away very recently. It's very unfortunate. Okay, so here is the cooler here. I'm not sure if they're using it still. It looks like they're still using the Asus pump. Just so the reason why I can tell is by the way it's just been the way it's designed. And we can do here as well. It's actually got, what's this thing here? Oh, here we go. Now this is a pretty cool idea. So no matter how you actually set this up. So if you go top mount, for example, or if you're going to go front mount and you want to plug this in directly. So you can put this in, and there's been a lot of people here have issues trying to twist the hoses or trying to twist. What MSI have done here, which is actually a little great idea, is they give you the option to swap out the MSI logo wherever you want, and also the wiring as well. So wherever it's been sitting here, so if you're going to, example, front mount it, and it's going onto the board, you'll be able to turn the logo. I know you can't see a bit of a reflection there, but you can see the logo here. 86. How good was that? I'm actually not that far off. I think I said 86, didn't I? So yeah, you can actually turn the head of the pump itself, and obviously this will definitely light up, and actually be able to move the MSI logo whichever way you want, whichever way it sits. Like 2 years, come on. I wasn't even looking that up. I am taking the credit. For 2 years, that's fucking pretty close. So yeah, so you'll be able to move the logo wherever you like. Now they have used, which I do prefer, the braided hoses as well here. So they've used braided hose. I know Antec had a habit of using that plastic ribbed hose. I wasn't a fan of that. And actually told Antec directly my concerns with that. What have they got here? Okay, so I don't even know what the hell that is actually. What is that? It's a bit of a weird one. I'm not sure. This looks like it's a pump. So it looks like it's running an internal pump in the rad. It's a block here. And I've got a fan controller plugged straight into it. This looks like that the header of this pretty much does nothing. This is like pretty much just a it's just a RGB header here that goes to the, we'll say head of the pump, but it's actually not the pump. The pump, they've actually mounted this pump directly onto the rad, which is a pretty strange idea, to be honest. I've actually never seen this on all-in-one. So if you look at that block here, that here is pretty well designed. I've never seen that before. Have you guys actually have you seen an all-in-one 2 years is a lifetime? Fuck. So you can see here they've actually mounted the pump directly to the radiator, and it's got a fan header on here as well. Obviously that will go to the CPU, but that's a bit of a weird design there, I should say. And obviously you can mount up your fans. Mount your fans up here, which will actually cover that anyway. But you can mount your fans on top, or you can do on the bottom here. Now it does give you the option, which I don't know why you would do it, but it does if you really wanted to obviously remove the coolant. There's a little knob here, so to remove the coolant and refill it if you had to or needed to for any reason. All right, so we've got that here, and then obviously you've got, which obviously please do. I've seen this so many times where people don't remove the stickers off the bottom there, and there you go. So that is the MSI core, which I won't put this back in the box because I need to box this up properly. Get this on the go. Sit back where I want it to sit back. Good if I actually set the right one. It's fine for now. Put it on the floor. Still don't want to damage it. It drops or it's stupid. All right, so now. Does that mean it's like 300mm rad, half that you've taken up? No, it actually takes probably about an inch, probably an inch and a half off the rad itself. So I don't know. Better be back in the box exactly how they came. It is, mate. It is. All it is, put the fans back in there. All right. So MSI have sent me the B550 Tomahawk, which is one of the latest motherboards released. Really can't wait to actually have a look at this one and see what it's all about. So let's pull out the board first. Top cover off here. Let's see what's in the box. Now, obviously, with the later generation, also the top end more top end motherboards, and I've seen this more lately, particularly with Aorus, I should say. Aorus have actually pulled out top 3 brands of motherboards. Well, it's going to be Aorus, MSI, and Asus or ROG. We're talking the 3 top ones. Typical, only open to look at its sales, pretty much, yeah. I'm pretty sure. No, I'm not taking shortcuts, Deadlocks. So what I was saying before. So top-end motherboards have been released for the last 2 generations. A USB driver, USB stick. But the low-end motherboards still, I don't know why they keep doing this, and they keep putting out these driver discs. It is will force you to actually go and buy. And I'm pretty sure main reason, honestly, if it's not this, maybe for Linux. It's got the CD here, which I despise. Comes with, looks like it's 3 M.2 screws. It's got an MSI logo sticker for your case. Little booklet here with some of their products in here. It's got a MSI thank you thing to register your product and join the program for rewards. Little booklet here. It's got the Tomahawk user guide, and it only comes with 2 SATA cables. I haven't actually checked the price on this one yet because they literally just arrived not that long ago. Where are the stickers? No stickers. No, there's a sticker here. Hold on. It's got 1 case sticker. Now let's have a look at the board. I want to see what this board's all about. Let's check out some of the specs on here, the back here as well. So let's pull the board out and let's have a quick look. EVGA is probably one of the brands. Just the one, yeah, mate. Just the one. EVGA was one of my top favorite brands back in the day. I had pretty much from EVGA power supplies to graphics cards to, I'm talking about X57, I think it was, or X58. Yeah, their warranty was absolutely awesome. I literally had no problems with their warranty. Bar the case when they did release good stuff, and also too, particularly just the availability in Australia is pretty shit. Like they used to be pretty major here in Australia, but EVGA has sort of gone downhill. And for me to go and buy something now, if something goes wrong with it, it's going to be sent back to HQ. It's just a long period of time where you've got MSI, Asus, ROG, and you've got Aorus, which were based in Australia. Well, Gigabyte Aorus is actually based in Melbourne, and so is I think MSI as well. Asus have got their head office, or one of their Australian head offices in New South Wales. So warranty period for them is a lot quicker. I just found that EVGA, if something had to go wrong with it, especially with the video card, power supply, or motherboard, that the time-consuming part of it, not that you'll get issues with it, but you may have that problem with it later on in life, and particularly me, I just don't want to take that risk. That's one of the reasons why I probably won't even select them these days. Frame drops, we're still good. I'm not detecting any frame drops from my end here. Shout out to ASRock. ASRock is actually not a bad brand. I wouldn't say a top tier brand for me personally. Not that I've got issues with them, but particularly the ones that I've had here, I've actually got one of their boards back here as well. I was using a few ASRock boards back in the day, probably 2-3 years ago, not even that long ago, and I had 2 faults on me. One was a SATA ports, and the other one was one of the memory DIMMs slots actually failed. And honestly, that's the reason why I moved away from ASRock from that side. They may be a lot better now. This is what I'm talking about, Z270. So Z370, Z390, you got the Z490s now. So they may have changed those issues, but for me to have 2 faulty boards within an 8-month period, that's sort of put a bit of a sour taste in my mouth for that. This is the both Tomahawk. So you got the Z490 series, and then you're going to have the B550 as well. Good now. How's it go? Okay. Motherboard looks like it's Tomahawk about us. Yes. Atsuki, it was just when you were getting the motherboard out, but it's good now. Okay, good. MSI refused to RMA my DOA motherboard like 15 years or more ago. Oh, really? My Chrome chat shit itself back though. No worries, XO. I haven't had an MSI product ever since. See, that's the thing as well. Some products will put a bad taste in your mouth, or just put a bad thing saying, you know what, I've had issues with them. I'm not going to buy them anymore. It's not, and honestly, I understand your issues with that. Particularly, I haven't had many problems or any problems with MSI products. One of the reasons why I'm still using them with my channel. Not because of obviously my you know, sort of, how can I say, what I do with MSI itself, particularly because I've done their laptops, I've done motherboards, I've done graphics cards. They're supported with, you know, their the Trident series as well. I haven't personally having any issues with them particularly, but like I said, everyone has problems. Some issues, people don't have any issues at all, and some people have a lot of problems with MSI products or any other brand. It doesn't have to be MSI. Booster, I use MSI motherboards and GPUs a lot. Well, there you go. Touch wood, all my MSI gear is running solid, no problems. I guarantee you should be fine. Deadlocks with that. But let's have a look at this motherboard here. I know you guys can't see much with it at the moment. I'm going to try and probably get as close as I can so you guys have a bit of a look at it. So what they've used here, which I do like particularly, is on the back of the board or the AIO panel, they've actually got an installed AIO shield here for you, which it does have PS2 port. It's got few USBs. It's got display, HDMI. It does have, it's got two, where we go, 1 gig and 2.5 gig connections on here. It's got two USB 3.0s, USB 3.1. Has a USB-C. I don't think it's Thunderbolt though. Is it Thunderbolt? USB-C? I don't think it is. No, it's not. So it's not Thunderbolt. And then you've got your audio over here as well. Looking at the board itself. Okay, so looking at the cooling of the VRMs, we've actually used a pretty decent heatsink on here as well. And then also right next to the chokes as well. That's pretty, they've done it pretty well here. Nice design on this. They're using their MAG sort of logo on top of here. It is painted on here. It is great at the same time. We've got obviously the mounting brackets for your cooler, if you ever wanted to use that. It's got running on 4 DIMM slots. And then here we go on the side here. So on the fan controllers, you got 1, 2 fan headers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 fan headers. I think it's enough fan headers for everyone. Even if you want to use if you want to use splitters as well. It's got 1 PCI 16 and 1 PCI 8 slot, and it's got 2 PCI 1 slots here as well. It's got 2 M.2 slots on here, so you have 1 up here and 1 down here. Obviously, if you do use 2 M.2, it will start taking away some of your SATA ports. Probably do SATA 1 and maybe SATA 2 if you use both of them. And yeah, this is actually a pretty nice looking board. They've done well with this, even though while they've set up, they are using which pretty much all of the brands today are using pretty much a heavy duty armor for their x16 slot. So they don't want that, the slot breaking off. Reason being, obviously, most of the video cards out today probably weigh more than the motherboard. And so they have put an armor slot on here just to get a bit more support for the first time 16 slot. And then you got your chipset here as well, which is called passively. Yep. So it's got a few fin slots on there as well. And on the side here, it's got a U.2 port here as well. And then it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 US SATA ports on here, which is pretty good. Good thing about this as well, which I do find MSI have done really well on this, even on the M.2s, they've given us 2 M.2 heat sinks on here, not just the one and have the other one opened up, which is good. So if you do happen to buy, say, a slightly cheaper M.2 and you don't like the way it aesthetically looks, you can use the dedicated heat sinks from MSI. What audio card are they using on this? The Vuitton, that is. And then for your PC power as well here, they've got a x8 port on here, which is pretty good. So that is it here. This is the B550 Tomahawk. So this is a bit of an unboxing. I will be doing a full review on this and actually putting this directly into, this probably goes to my test. Actually, this will be going to my build, and the Z490 probably going to my test bench. So do stay tuned for that. But I'd like to thank MSI for sending out the B550 motherboard. What do you guys think so far of that? And then spend the next 5 years catching up the rest of your hardware. First ASRock, I've had an X370 board. It's been great. And it's entirely, well, fair enough. That's fair enough. Touch fittings, solid. All right, so do next is put this back in here, and then let's have a look at the MAG Z490 Tomahawk. I've got a gut feeling that these boards look so similar. I haven't actually opened it up yet, so I'm just guessing here. Being both Tomahawks, I don't think MSI would have changed that much, particularly with it. Let's just hope that they've used they've actually put the AIO panel as the same as the B550. Pretty much look identical. I'm telling you now, it's pretty close. Pretty much exactly the same thing was on this. What's came out of here. So in here we've got 2 slots on this. So CD, everything, quick start guide. It does come with the same 2 SATA ports. The main thing I want to get in here, I want to actually see what this board's all about. Yes, it will. Oh, B5, yes, it will. B550 does. Okay. We're pretty much looking at as pretty much almost the exact same boards. I'm actually going to pull the other one out. So I'm going to give you a bit of a comparison between Z490 and B550. I wonder if the X570 series will be any different. Just a bit of a side-by-side comparison here. Let's see what the difference would be between AMD, because we all know when back in the day, I'm actually talking, I'm not talking that far back, where if you have to go buy an Intel motherboard, same series, and you bought an AMD motherboard, same series, you'd always get more specs and features out of the Intel than you would at AMD. Now, the funny thing about it, since AMD has taken a lot of the market, the brands have taken a step back and said, well, people aren't going to buy more AMD stuff if we're going to start shorthanding them on the Intel stuff to the AMD, where you're probably spending almost the exact same amount of money and you'll get less features on the AMD series and more features on the Intel series, or you won't get as much detailed, things on here compared to one to the other. But I'm going to flip these around on the side, and you're going to tell me. So that's the Intel one there, and I'll do the same AMD so you guys can recognize which one is which. Pretty close. Pretty bloody close, I should say. So you can see here the IOs are pretty much almost identical between the two. So looking at the Intel series here, you've got PS2, you got your 3 USBs, display HDMI, USB-C, you got 2 Ethernet jacks, 4 USBs, compared to, so you do lose a bit out of the two actually. So it's got a few less USB ports out of the B550, but the X570 series might be a bit different, you can see. I think it looks like they're using the same audio jacks here as well, but they're pretty much almost nearly identical, the two. Now looking at the top of the board, they've used very, very similar, looks like they use pretty much nearly identical heat sinks for the VRMs and for the chokes. It has got a few more VRMs on the Z490, but obviously, look, the B550 is the mid-tier. The X570 will probably have a lot more features than that. So it's not a direct comparison between the two, but I'm just going to go off what I've got here at the studio. So looking at a few features here, that pin was bent. Looks like they've got a full heatsink here going the VRMs and over the chokes is here. You've got your chipset socket here as well. They've actually used Armor plate. Well, they've got the heatsink plating for the M.2. They both got both M.2 slots. They both use the Armor for the PCI 16 slot. Times 8 doesn't have any Armor at all. Both got. I should put this on the side here. Maybe it might sit. You're gonna sit. Just sit. They both got 2 PCI 1 slots. And I'll have a look at the fan headers, how many fan headers this one's got. So it's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 fan headers. So pretty much like the B550 board as well. Now, what they have here as well, what they've done, they've got an extra power slot here for overclocking. So it's got the 8 and the 4 pin, where the B550 has only got the single 8 pin there. So you might get a bit more overclocking power out of this one. 24 pin, it's got a U.2 slot here as well. The difference between here, it has got, so also too, they put the USB 3 case front header at the front. On this one here, they put it at the back, which is on the bottom here, I should say. And they're pretty much nearly identical, apart from the chipset itself. Obviously, one being Intel, one being AMD, but they look, if I had to cover up the CPU sockets and get you guys to guess which one is which, you probably wouldn't guess it. But what do you guys think of this so far? What are your thoughts on MSI's sort of obviously releasing their both Tomahawk series, and one for AMD, one for Intel. Intel, the Z490 being the top end, more of the top end series board they've released, does have few more features for overclocking, but from that I really can't see much more. Few changes here, and I'm glad that the brands now are sort of listening to the retail market for people to actually start buying AMD products with some of the good features as well. X570 will have top end features, but even the B550 series, you're looking at maybe $100, $150 difference between the two, but at least you're getting some really good features on here, and also above upgradability, the overclocking capability you've actually got here as well at the same time. I'm learning right now. That's good. That's what you're here for. Wouldn't need to exist. It's the mainstream board. X570 is an overkill for an average use. It is, Para. Look, I've got a few X570 boards at home. One for my stream machines are running on an X570 board, and I've got another one from Aorus as well, which I need to put into a rig. B550 is perfectly fine. Even the B450 boards, 9 out of 10, you are not going to be using, I don't know, probably 15 to 20% of its other stuff that you actually don't need on the board. So if you want to actually save that $100, $150, sometimes even $200 on a board, the B550 series from AMD is more than sufficient for streaming, gaming, everyday use. It can overclock. It can do pretty much. It's got some good features on there. You don't really need to go full on onto this. Z490, well, that's a totally different story. So Z490 series is their top tier. They've got the Tomahawk, and they've got the there's another one. There's a black series as well, and it was another board they've released, which is like $1,000 motherboard. It's just a bit of an overkill for what you can do. I've got the Z390 Aorus Extreme in my main rig. Yep, it's good. It came with a few features that I have used. It's got the commander box for the fans and for the RGB. Does help a lot. But for $1,000 motherboard, honestly, I should have just spent $500, $600 on a board and not even bother about half the features that I really didn't even need. Locked Intel's chips are covering more. The shimmer and longer just looks cleaner somehow. Yeah, it does. Look, I'll be honest, it's probably looking a bit different from you guys from where they are here. But for me, here at the studio, they pretty much look identical. Bar from obviously the chipsets itself, the CPU sockets, they look pretty much exactly the same. For overclocking side, maybe the Z490 might have a bit more beefier chips on here. You can see here it's got a few more chokes on here, and it's got VRMs. So the chokes and the VRMs on here looks like it's got double compared to what the B550 does. But we are comparing a B550 to a Z490. The X570 from AMD will have a lot more on the board itself. The PCBs pretty much look identical. Maybe the Z490 might be slightly thicker, so it might have another layer of PCB on there as well. But you're comparing to example, like I say, a $300 to a $500 motherboard or vice versa. No worries at all. You're more than welcome. If you've got a question, just put it into the chat, and I'll be happy to answer it for you. Jay's reasoning was based on price. The stated RRP wasn't much different between the X570 in Australia that will be different regardless of RIP because Australian taxes and such. You're always going to find a difference between the X570 and the B550 boards, especially here in Australia. There's going to be at least $100, maybe $200 difference depending what board you're going to get. So particularly if you don't need 20% of the features of the X570 board, just buy a B550 or B450, even go back one. I have an Asus X570F gaming motherboard. Can't even get it to run at 3600 megahertz. At ski, I'll definitely try maybe do a BIOS update or do check the board's compatibility list to make sure you can reach 3600 on that RAM. Sugar goes 10 out of 4. What are we looking at? 10 out of 4. All right, guys, so I'm going to put these two away. So these are the unboxing of the Z490 and the B550. I want to thank MSI once again for sending these two out to the studio for me to do an unboxing, and you guys will be seeing this very, very soon on one of my videos coming out, hopefully within the next couple of weeks. Is there any questions in the chat you guys want to bring in? Let us know as well. More than welcome to answer them. But so what we'll do tomorrow, I'll be jumping onto stream. I'll send you a message. I'll send you a DM in Discord sometime tomorrow, and I'll let you know what time roughly I'm going to be on, and you can jump on Discord. You're more than welcome to actually jump and stream with me if you like. If you're feeling up to it. Some people do sort of get shy on being on stream. But for me at PC Formula Community, I've always had the Discord members joining in with me if I'm playing a game or if we're just having a bit of fun. Or sometimes Mark likes to jump in with me during Talking Tech, which is great as well. But tomorrow we'll go through some of the specs we can do. You got a $1,000 budget. We'll see what sort of upgrades you can do on that as well. Most likely, the first thing we'll be looking at is maybe a motherboard and CPU. And if we can fit in a GPU in there, I think for $1,000 we might be able to do it. So just stay tuned for that. We don't have to go full top end on the board. We can just see what we can do, or we can do motherboard and GPU, but that'll be for tomorrow night stream. And hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll be able to give you a sort of a decent upgrade and give you some better frame rates as well at the same time. So yeah, apart from that, that's pretty much what I was looking at the show. I was wanting to see if we've got anything here in the dock. We had actually, I did have another question in the Discord, which I want to bring up. Just give me 1 minute. And if you guys do want to ask questions as well, let us know. I have got the Ask Lee for Talking Tech, so put all your questions there. Adsky, obviously, we did talk about the G9 and G7 monitors. Particularly if I want to go for the 49-inch, I probably would go for 49-inch, but I've seen the 27-inch Samsung monitors, 27, 32, 38, I think there is. I've seen all of them in like pretty much front of my face, and I've tested with them, had to play with them as well. Trust me, Samsung monitors are not bad at all. They're actually really, really good. Color accuracy is really great as well. And the new G9 series are going to be, look, no matter what they come out with later on now, they're going to be fantastic for home use as well. So do you actually find that secondhand screens above the keyboard useful? This one here? Yes, I do. Trust me. So if you guys want to have a look at that, the actual laptop that I've got, it's actually streaming for you guys right now. So it's called the Asus Zenbook Duo. It's the 14-inch version. So it's running a 10th gen Intel CPU. It's got 60 gig of RAM. It also has, so it's got an MX250 in it, but it's running fine. Does my day-to-day. One of the reasons why, because I had a GS65 from MSI. I ended up selling that to Rowie and then buying this one. Reason being is because I needed a laptop to at least last me 5 to 6 hours, and this laptop lasts me 5 to 6 hours, which is great. I had no issues with the GS65, but had a 2070 in it, 8th gen CPU as well. Yeah. Dan Zayu, thank you very much and welcome. Thank you for the follow. So yeah, I had that as well. No problems at all. He actually needed a laptop so he can actually stream off site and you wanted a bit of GPU power as well. So if you needed to do some editing, more than enough for what you needed for. So I ended up going for a sort of a business model. It's fantastic. I love it. So we can bring it out so you guys can have a quick look at it. Just going to drop my vape without cracking the screen. There you go. And this is a touchscreen as well, mind you. So I can bring it out. Pretty much do whatever I want on here. So if I want to put Twitch, we'll light Twitch. And Twitch will light up there. So I can split the screen. I can do whatever I want. I can set my emails up. So if I wanted to, set a counter on there, pretty much have to do what I want on this. And the good thing about it, I mainly use it as a calculator really for, obviously, look, I am using it for work. Yo, can you hit that fat vape out for me? Oh, yeah, for sure. It's been a while since I've had one. And grow a man bun. Dan, how are you? Lee, mate, what do you think of the new Logitech G Pro X headset? I've actually got one, Dan's. Not too bad. I'm not going to say that they're great, but they're not shit. I'll tell you now. I have seen better. I've got better. For a headset that has, the mic's actually pretty good. It's actually pretty clear. Well, once I've got home, I'm using it depends what sort of mic you're looking for, particularly. No, these are the wide ones, Valentine. These are the wide Pro X. I've got the Hyperx Cloud Stingers 7.1 wireless. They actually sound pretty good. If you go back a few videos, even on here on Twitch, I actually did a full stream using the Hyperx wireless, so you can hear how they sound. They sound really good. Their battery lasts, God knows, 2 days, 3 days. Had no problems. I'd even charge them up still. So if you want to go back 2 or 3 videos, the HyperX Cloud Stingers 7.1 wireless, if you're looking for a wireless headset, they're very light. They do feel a bit cheap. They have got a better version out now. Actually, who was it? Recall, the Orbit. So the HyperX Orbits, I think they're called. They sound pretty good. Arctis Pro Wireless Goat wireless headsets because of the battery. Are you talking about the wireless ones? Nah, yeah, the HyperX Cloud Stinger wireless, yes. They're about $160. For a $160 headset, I can definitely recommend them. Look, easily. If you're looking at something and you just want to sort of go into it, 100%. Darksided, welcome, hello. You guys came a bit late, so I've actually done a few unboxings already. So I've done the MSI Z490 Tomahawk from MSI, the B550 Tomahawk as well from MSI. I've done the Liquid Cooler 360mm. We've done some talking tech and talked about Intel's 7nm cluster they've got at the moment. Wanted to kid, a quick question, mate. I deleted my second outlet for Realtek and now I can't hear. You can just re-enable. If you go to Device Manager, scan, it should be able to pick it up if that's the case. Or you may have just disabled it in sound options. That'll probably be the main one. So one thing I want to talk about, particularly with, let me bring my dock back up again because I've lost it. So I've just released a new video on the YouTube channel here as well, which I'll just copy and paste. So I've just done the 15G from Aorus as well, so that laptop there. So a laptop retails for about $3,800. And that one there is actually not a bad laptop. I had a question asked on that. Hey, Joshua, how you going, buddy? Had a question asked for that, if it was the GS66 or the Aorus 15G. Laptops these days are getting much faster, much quicker, but just as pricey as desktops, as they always have been. I'm a massive laptop fan. I've had so many laptops in the last 10 years. I'm telling you now, it's been ridiculous. But top-end laptops these days, particularly, even as mid-tier, they're actually getting really, really good, and their cooling capability is actually getting better and better. And the brand that actually brought that out mainly with better cooling is MSI. MSI laptops for the last probably 5 years have had maybe the best cooling solutions out in the market. I've had from Razer laptops, I've had ROG, I've had MSI, I have had Aorus laptops as well. And this one here is actually running pretty good compared to it's actually running the stream at the moment. It's actually doing a really good job. MSI's cooling solution, and now pretty much everyone's sort of trying to adopt it, has been fantastic. Razer, I've had the Razer Blade 14 and the Pro and the Stealth. I'd probably never buy a Razer laptop ever again. I was a massive Razer fan, and I loved the way they looked because it was literally an Intel version, or sorry, a Windows version of the MacBooks. I've had so many issues with my Razer laptops, and I'm talking about major ones where I've had pretty much one DOA, I'd my Razer Blade Pro been exchanged 4 times, and then I asked for a refund. I said, look, you know what? I don't want it. It was a $5,500 laptop, and now I've just gone back to pretty much just a business laptop here. But do check out the Aorus 15G review. Let me know what you guys think in that. Hit it a follow if you can. It'd be much appreciated. Try and support the actual YouTube channel. As much as I love doing Twitch and I love going with you guys, obviously PC419 is about reviewing products here at the same time. If you guys can actually hit me a follow on YouTube, it'd be much appreciated. And obviously, it gives the brands a bit more support as well at the same time. Looks like you got to stop. You know what? You're like the third person that said it so far. I actually killed pretty much all the cans that I had in there, and yeah, now it's just back to what I got here, and I've got a few down here at downstairs in my fridge. But usually, when I was doing all my pretty much, if I ran everything here from the studio, this fridge was always stocked up. And Red Bull never. The many times I tagged Red Bull on Twitter, stock up my fridge. It'd be good for you guys to actually take a snapshot like this, and then tweet to Red Bull, fill up Lee's fridge. That'd be great. Should go G Fuel. I actually had in contact with G Fuel. We spoke for probably a good month. Then all of a sudden it's been quiet. This is pretty much just before COVID-19 hit. Why not contact Red Bull for a new sponsor? They can contact me. How hard could it be? It wouldn't be hard, to be honest. They'll probably just send me a box, but it'd be good to see, tagging them on social media and actually them seeing that this fridge is empty. It would be nice for them to fill it for us. Why not? I drink so many of these. You know what? These are bad and good. They taste so good. But, energy drinks aren't all good, so you got to drink it in moderation. Dark-sided, I have had a Metabox laptop. I had one, when was it, about 2 years ago? They're actually pretty good. What about a beer company? Beer would be good. What do you recommend for a beer company? Yeah, going back to your question there. So Metabox laptops, they're obviously using the Clevo case. So if you guys haven't heard of Clevo, so Clevo is pretty much a laptop manufacturer that send it off to different brands and they restamp them, if it's Metabox or there's Horizon, and there's a few others as well. Upgradability, cooling is actually really good. They're always usually slightly thicker than an example like what MSI or Asus or even Aorus bring out. But their upgradability is absolutely fantastic. They usually use like 2 or 3 M.2 slots. RAM is really good. They've got a 2.5-inch drive bay as well. Keyboards, they're actually not too bad. The reason why I swapped my Metabox laptop out is I think the battery life. The battery life was shocking. Maybe 1 to 2 hours. It did have a decent GPU in it. I think what did it have? It had a 10. This is 10 series. So it had 10, I think it was a 1070 in mine. It wasn't great. That's one of the reasons why I moved away from Metabox. Duff beer. That'd be good. I'm partial to a Stone and Wood. Corona beer for sure. Coronas I love. I don't mind Coronas. 2 is not bad, EXO. Not really a beer drinker, but I've usually be Ted or yeah. Look, I'm not a massive beer drinker myself. I like my Jim Beam. Most of the market is only owned by Cub and Nathan Ryan. Yep, even the craft, they do. Yes, they do. Joshy with the toilet paper remotes. I've actually, if you guys haven't noticed as well, obviously Atsuki's running Atsuki and EXO is running their subscription emotes with all their tags on there. I've actually upgraded the new ones as well, so you're going to see a few ones on there. Oh, Nando's. I love Nando's as a sponsor. Can you imagine Nando's? Oh, they're so expensive though. Do you guys find Nando's is expensive? Well, it's expensive for me being a family of 5. So for us to go to Nando's, we're looking at maybe $100 to $120 in food every time we go. Ozzy, how you going, buddy? Welcome. It's expensive solo. Yeah, I find that as well. Let's get running him. So KFC or Nando's? Ooh. I don't know if it's just me. Every time I eat KFC, it always makes me feel like shit after I eat it. Like you smell it, it comes there, you demolish it, but every time I finish eating, I just feel like shit after eating. Like it just feels like, yeah, instant regret. Yeah. It's expensive, but I see it's about the same as others. Burger Urge, 2.5 inch. Yeah. There's a few others. There's a few out there that's actually really expensive these days. But like for us, as a family of 5, it's just, yeah, we do find it. But it's probably one of the delicacies, I should say, for us to have Nando's or, something like that. But there's so much grease, you don't even need a drink. It's true. It's true. But we usually buy for KFC, we usually buy was it that mega box, whatever the fuck you call it. And then we'll just, have it next day as well because there's so much there. Food. Now, this is my kind of topic. Maddie, hello. How have you been? A bit of into the Wicked Wing from KFC. It's all about oil, liquid, fat came out. Yeah, it's just I don't know. It's just me. Every time I eat KFC, even the missus as well. Every time we eat KFC, like you're there just demolishing it, and it's so nice while you're eating. And about 3/4 of the way through of the meal you want to eat, and then you finish eating, you just feel like shit. You go and sit down, you think, fuck, I shouldn't have ate that. But see, Nando's and stuff like that doesn't do it to me. It's just KFC. He's been sitting there stalking, waiting for chicken to talk. So who here during the COVID-19 virus, I'm going to say it's happened to me. Who here has actually put on weight since this COVID-19 lockdown shit we've had? Nando's is grilled chicken though, isn't it? Yeah, it is grilled chicken. You don't feel it as much. Yeah, 100 kilos now. Tiffy, you're a stick anyway, mate. I've actually put on weight. Hope you guys are all good and sickness free. Yes, at the moment we are. Fingers crossed. I think we had 350 cases today of COVID-19. It's ridiculous. I'm sitting at 90. When I was 18, I was 75 kilos. I was a stick. I had, abs. I was nice and, sort of muscly at the time as well. But now, freaking dad bod. I'm hanging for my back to get better. If you guys see me move a lot, because I've actually got a sore back from my injury. As soon as my back starts to get better, I'm going to start getting into exercising again because I actually want to go back to where I was. It's actually downstairs in the office. I'm actually upstairs. So my workshop has got an upstairs, downstairs office, and the studio is upstairs. My master's downstairs. I was actually going to wear it for the first 2 minutes of the show. I developed a severe case of eggs, Benny, and coffee addiction. Oh, really? Is that because you're working from home? I'm not game enough to weigh in. I'll cry. Do you know what, Matt? Tracy actually bought, the scales, and I didn't jump on it for the first 2 weeks. And I thought, you know what, I'm just going to jump on it and see where I'm sitting at. And when it went to 90, I said, nah, it's getting bad now. It's getting bad. It's fucked because I'm I've held back from the mechanical work as well and doing a lot more work from home and then just sort of eating and picking and, it's kids are at homeschooling now. So doing a lot of homeschooling. You just go into the pantry, just pick and pick and pick. You don't realize, you're actually putting on weight, but I feel it. Honestly, I really do feel it. So I don't know if I can, I need to get back into it again. No, I'm a student at the moment, but cafes are only place I can go at the moment coming from a small town. Fair enough. You know what I love the most, speaking of food, is when you go on holiday, you go to hotels and you go to the all-you-can-eat breakfast things at the hotel, the buffets they've got. Oh, fuck. I love those sort of things. Josh and I had a field day IEM last year. Isn't that right, Josh, if you're still here? I bought the Ring Fit Adventurers on the Switch to try and reverse some of the damage. What the hell's that? Ring Fit Adventurers. I'm actually spewing about my Switch. My youngest son broke mine. Sent it to the EB Games to go get it fixed, and it's unrepairable. Really? It's an exercise game on the Switch? Ring Fit. So what? Is it like you put the Joy-Cons in your hand and you're actually exercising the Joy-Cons? Yeah, if you can, actually, that'd be great. Streamlabs must have heard you as soon as you see Discord. If you stay and go, Bricky Day becomes repetitive. Yeah, it does, but it's a nice feeling that you walk in, you don't have to cook it, you don't have to wait. It's just there, ready to go. I love it. I love going on holidays. So we've also got to as well. We've also started a community gaming as well. We did start a bit of a community night. The guys actually jumped on Raft. I actually made me feel sick. It actually gave me motion sickness. So the guys kept on playing, but most of 90% of us that are actually active in our Discord. Hi, new here. Welcome, Rhythm. What am I going to say? So yeah, we're jumping back on World of Warcraft. So we've got a few of the players here. I'll allow that. All those parts, I thought they didn't allow porn on Twitch. At PC419, there's always porn parts here. It's got a ring that one on the Joy-Cons and it goes in, and the leg strap for the other one. It's mostly cardio and basic strength from what I can tell. Oh, really? I've never seen that before. Yeah, I just betcha, Dark. No, you're all good. I've got to see this ad skit because I'm actually going to get another one, and it'll be good for myself or even the missus to actually try out. She's getting back into the exercising. Don't be sorry at all, Rhythm. For some reason, I've got to fix it up. Every little piece of so-called R-rated word that comes up here, the auto mod picks it up. It looks like it might be Streamlabs that might be causing the issue. I'm going to have a look. He's very savage. So yeah, so if you guys are interested in World of Warcraft, I'm a vivid World of Warcraft player. I've been playing World of Warcraft since day one. We're actually going to start a new raid team for Shadowlands. If you are interested in playing, join the Discord and you'll be able to actually join in as well. We've got a few members that are actually getting ready for raiding for Shadowlands, so do stay tuned for that. On top of that also too, I do play a lot of World of Warships. I'm a massive World of Warships fan, so probably the only two games you might be seeing me play on my streams will be World of Warships and World of Warcraft here. So if you guys do enjoy that, or if you have another game interested you might want me to play, I can definitely get there to go as well. Star Wars Squadrons, when that gets released in October 2nd, I'm pretty sure it says here, and the guy said it in Discord. I think Toofy's actually said it in Discord. I'll definitely be playing that. And then Mephisto is one of our resident Star Citizens player as well. So if you do want to play Star Citizens, we do jump onto that when we've got a good patch to play with. So we do jump on that at the same time. Is this the World of theme you have going here, Lee? Yes, World of Warcraft and World of Warships and World of Warplanes. Get on it. Nah, being serious. If you do play those games, you're more than welcome to join up with me. Most of the guys have been playing here at the same time. In our Discord, we do have a dedicated World of Warcraft channel. So if you see Toofy or one of the other players on there, more than welcome to join in. We are on Barthilus Horde, so we are a bunch of Horde players. So it'd be awesome to say World of Star Citizens. Almost, Jimmy. Almost all. No, actually, I really do enjoy Star Citizens. We were actually discussing it today in the chat. It is the most realistic space sim game I've ever played, and I really can't wait until they bring out a proper stable patch going into beta, I reckon. It's probably when I'll be playing that a lot more. And there's a few other games I want to be playing on that as well. Obviously, the guild that's on there, or clan, whatever you want to call it, is going to be great. So I really can't wait for that. That game has so much fucking potential that it's ridiculous how long it's taken so far to get into it. I know everyone's probably waiting for Cyberpunk 2077, what the fuck it's called. To be honest, I have zero faith in that game. What do you guys think of Cyberpunk? Is that something you'd be looking at? I tried playing Eve. Honestly, I jumped on it. I literally got my ass kicked by, a few other players, and it really put me off. I think it was just I got into Eve too late. You still play Eve? Honestly, I love RTS games. So if you guys play and you want to sort of help me out to start, I'll be more than willing to actually jump back onto that. Never late for Eve. Well, if you guys want to jump in that Discord, hit me a DM and I'll re-download it. Because one of the reasons I like Star Citizens as well. Because I'm a massive RTS fan. So I do play Warcraft 3, StarCraft 2, Total War series. Massive fan of that. I heard StarCraft 2 got an update. I actually want to see what the update's all about. Do you know what the StarCraft update's about? I saw a bit of a advertising from Blizzard today, but I didn't click on the link, so I'm not sure what it actually got. StarCraft 2 is still massive, Matt. Still huge. Oh, you haven't read it as well? Yeah, I don't know what sort of updates I've got. Awesome, Rhythm. Much appreciated. Yeah, I'm a massive StarCraft 2 fan. If even that's another thing as well. I was talking to the Discord members that I would love to have, say, a 4v4 or 5v5 StarCraft 2, pretty much like a community night with that as well. Warcraft 3, if people still got that, just so everyone can jump in. It's more for lols, that'd be great. League of Legends, I actually want to get back into today, but I've never gotten back into that. Rowie told me not to jump onto Dota. Love CNC, Red Alert, but could never get into StarCraft. Look, I'm a massive fan of Command & Conquer and Red Alert. Obviously, there's the games I got into. Warcraft as well, the old Warcraft series. He's addicted. Do you know how many times he's downloaded and deleted Dota? Because he gets so upset. Deadlocks, I've been telling you for about 1 year to play League of Legends at least once with me. And he won't stream it too. He goes, I would never stream Dota. Yeah, sure. I want to try it at least once. I know Matt played League of Legends a lot. That'll be funny to play, actually. Because you can play, is it 5 players? Is League of Legends 5 players? Is it 5-player teams? Yeah, 5v5. Well, we'll try it one night. I'm based in Melbourne, Australia. See, Matt plays games, but he hides it from Discord so no one can see what he's playing. Very sneaky. Very, very sneaky. Yes, we are in the lockdown states. I guarantee you, hopefully by the end of the week, or we'll see by the end of the week, probably in stage 4 when I can't do shit from the studio and I'll be doing everything from home again. Whereabouts are you, Rhythm? I know your secrets. New South Wales? Not far at all, mate. Filthy Melburnians. Von, says the man. Come on. You know what? We've got that many idiots. Have you guys seen those Karens? The one from Bunnings? Fuck, mate. We've got some stupid fucking people here. She has got to be the most dumbest person. Jimmy, Queensland, everyone south of the border is Mexican. Kaza, fucking Kaza. I've seen some dumb people in my life, but she tops it off. She is next level. Double next level. Too quick. New South Wales here, close to the country music capital. Oh, really? I've got a friend of mine who lives there. Really, auto mode? It even picked up stupid. I need to find out what the fuck is doing that. It's giving me the shits now. Nice, 2 hours north of Tamworth. Yeah, I've got a friend from Tamworth. Auto mod is a Nazi. Yeah, he's pretty strict. He is pretty strict. I'll give him that. I don't think you can change it up. You can, yeah. I can. Yeah, there's a way of doing it. I'm not sure because I've got Elements and Streamlabs as well. It might be a mix of the both. Hashtag Nazi mod. All right. So apart from that, guys, what else is everyone playing at the moment? So I'll be ending the stream very, very soon. So I want to see what you guys are all about, and obviously what's the main games that everyone's playing in the chat. I want to see what everyone's playing here at the moment. If it's from RTS to MOBA, is it simulators? Sorry for the quick high and buy. Got some dev to finish off. Worthy follow. I will return. Thank you, Rhythm, and much appreciated. And thank you for joining into the chat. Deadlocks. Oh, message me on your LOL name, Matt. That's how much he's played together. Toofy sucked back into WoW. Yes, we are all back into WoW. I gave up. DBD. It's too short-lived. I don't know how you even playing that. I can't play Dead by Daylight. I don't know. It's just not a game for me. I can't do it. You should know these things. Actually, a little hidden gem of a game too. Which game's that, Mark? Dead by Daylight and Chicks games. No, it's not a bad look. It's not a bad game. It's for me. Look, I play MMOs. Yes, they are repetitive, but that game is just too fucking repetitive. It's literally too repetitive for me. I can't see it. I can't keep playing it. Yeah. I don't mind watching it. This is the thing. I actually don't mind watching it. Because obviously Nilopia pays it a lot. But I just can't. And I've got, mind you, I do have it. I just can't think of actually keep playing it. I don't know how you do it, Adsky. Don't know how you do it. Why people also my secrets? All right, guys. I'm going to be actually finishing up the show. Reason being is I've got to be back. I'm going to be back here at 5 a.m. tomorrow. Actually, earlier. I'm going to be here like 4:45 in the morning. So I've got to go home, have a shower, have something to eat, have a bit of a sleep, and then be back here at the office because I've got a really early start tomorrow. I've got a new customer of mine that I've got to be there at 5 o'clock in the morning. I've got to come here. Then I've got to go to his yard at 5 a.m. to do a few jobs. So really tired. I want to thank everyone for joining in tonight. Much appreciated. Thank you for all the follows as well. Much appreciated, guys. Thank you for the support. Do apologise about the sort of janky setup. I know I'm streaming off my laptop and using the Brio, but it seemed to have worked. So the Asus Zenbook Duo did the job. Fantastic. I want to thank MSI for sending out the Z490, the B550, and their 360 all-on cooler. I want to thank Cooler Master for sponsoring the show as always, and Blue Designs for sending out the UDX as well here. And I want to thank you guys for once again for joining in. But as we do every single night when I do stream, is we're going to raid someone. So I'm going to see who's here that we can do a raid to. Who can we raid? Let's have a look. Let's have a look-see. Put you on mute, otherwise it's going to come up. Who can we raid tonight? We'll do a random. We don't need you. Who we got? Actually, I saw him today, and I said I'll be rating him tonight. So I'm actually going to do. Is he actually on? Is he in his Let's have a look here. You'll be right back. Well, I'm actually going to raid Slicky. Well, give me a second. I'm going to wait till he comes back. So guys, don't leave until we raid him, please. We'll be back here in a second now. All right, guys, I want to thank you once again for joining in for Talking Tech. We'll be here next Tuesday night doing the Talking Tech show, but do stay tuned for my streams I do during the week, but those streams will be done at home. I want to thank you once again for joining in, and guys, guess what? I will see you for Talking Tech next Tuesday, but I'll probably see you for my stream tomorrow night. Thanks for joining in, and I will see you guys all next time. Boom, boom, boom.